Well, hello. Yeah. Okay. How's everyone doing out there today? Well, I'm doing a project for my daughter and my grandson, but my daughter. Um, she wanted a standing coat rack. Like she has one on the wall. The majority of people nowadays don't really even have standing ones. They usually just put them on the wall, hang up the coats. But I guess for her apartment, it's a little small, and she wanted it had a little corner. So I had a couple ideas that I wanted. She didn't want. I mean, I didn't really want to do nothing fancy until I know that like it ain't gonna until she gets a better place because I think she's been looking. But anyways, I have a 2x4. I have my 2x4, and I'm gonna rip them in half. I'm gonna rip them to like an inch and a half by an inch and a half. That should be plenty of strong. Yeah, that should be plenty for strength and it's just a sample piece that I was just playing around with, but I have to figure out the height. I'm gonna do the legs. Well, I'm just gonna show you this. I gotta cut this down. But say say that's split in half. I mean, I'm gonna do the legs kind of like it'll be like that and like that. I mean, go down. I gotta think of how wide the base has to be for it to hold. That's something that I'm looking into and figuring out. It should be a decent project. I mean, not real long. So what I'm gonna have to do is figure out the height. I think it's like the average is about a 5 foot because you want to have your arms up on it. You don't want to be like reaching real high up. So and then basically I'm gonna do it more of a like one here, one here, and then again, imagine this skinnier. Here, I'll just use this a piece. So, say that's the piece. Here, I'm gonna move this out of the way for a minute. Okay, so say this is that's the stock of it, and it's gonna be like something like one on this side, one on this side, and then I'll cut a little bit shorter ones, and then go from on this side. So it's like bam, bam. I'll do two, then two, and two. I mean, again, I don't know how many coats they're gonna have, but it'll be strong enough to have like a coat over this and like another coat, maybe like a hoodie, and like another coat on it. There should be plenty enough to hold. So that's what I'm gonna figure out now. Is I think it's 5 foot height is what I would say a decent height because you don't want it to be too high. They're not. Well, my grandson's like 6'1" at 14 years old, but so we'll go with that for now. I'm gonna figure out the height, or let me figure a couple things out, and I'll get back to you, and then we'll figure out what we need to be at, and then what sizes we need to cut these at, like that. What I mean? I think it's like I want to say 22 degree or a 30 degree. You know what I mean? I'm not sure of that yet either. So let me figure all that out, and I'll be right back. Yeah. Okay, so I figured it out a little bit on it. I tried a 32 or 31 point, whatever, 31 and a half, whatever it is. It was too much of it like that. I didn't like it. So I'm going with a 45. I think that's what this is. I mean, it is a 45. 45 has a better angle. And so I am going to cut the main part at 5 foot. Okay, so once I'm at 5 foot, then say this is the 5 foot mark. So that's the 5 foot right here. And then with these, say that's the 5 foot mark. Then these I will do at the top. So I'm gonna put one. I thought about doing one on each side. I think actually I might do all four on the top one at least, and then do like maybe one here and one here, and a step down. Not too much of down, enough. I don't want to be too top heavy. I mean, it ain't gonna be top heavy because the coats are gonna be hanging on it. You know what I mean? And all the coat racks, standing coat racks that I saw, there's really nothing below 4 foot, unless you have a small child, and they're not small, and they don't have any. My daughter only has one son, so I don't need anything lower than 4 foot. So, and the coats will be hung down, so it ain't gonna be real top heavy because it'll be balanced pretty well. I just gotta tell them to make sure one coat's on the other one on here, don't have them all on one side. But they'll figure that out. Common sense, come on. So yeah, so okay, so that's what I'm gonna go at with. So I'm gonna cut, well first I'm gonna cut this down to 5 foot, the 2x4. Then I'm gonna rip it in half, an inch and a half, so it'll be inch and a half, an inch and a half. And then I'll have, you know, the other pieces to make these pieces. I have other 2x4s. So I thought the top, so the base I'm gonna do 12-inch from point to point, 12 inches. Oh, I need 4 of those for the base. Oh, I am gonna do this. I don't know. You tell me. Well, you can't really tell me because the video will be over when you see it. Yeah, but I might leave the bottom to the ground for extra support. I didn't want to have it up like that. I felt maybe that would be, I don't know, but if this is to the ground, it'll be like one here, you know, I mean, all around. It'll give it that a stronger base, I think. Maybe it won't, but I'm going to do that. So I'm going to have the pole going to the ground. I mean, the main going to the ground, going like that, so it's up and even. So I need 4 12-inch. And when I start the tops, I think 9 inches plenty. I was measuring it like whatever, how it would look. So it'd be a 4 9-inch on top. I just might do all 9-inch and just again bring them down to a certain height. So it's probably going to be enough. Again, there's only 2 of them, so I really don't think they have, you know, 20 coats. I mean, they probably have 1 or 2 coats each, maybe 3, you know, with some hoodies and stuff. But I'm going to do probably 1, 4, 5, 6, so maybe 8. I'll probably put like 8 posts on it, and I think that should be fine. So right now we'll go to the miter saw. I'll cut it at 5 foot. Then we'll go to the table saw. We'll rip it down, and then we'll go back to the miter saw and cut all our angles and measure them all up, 9 inches, 12 inches, whatever we need. And then we'll start assembling. I'm just gonna do pocket screws to attach it. I think pocket screws, wood glue and pocket screws should be fine. I mean, wood glue is like more than enough strength, but I mean, I'm gonna do pocket screws too. And if I need to brad nail, just for extra support, but I really doubt it. That's gonna be it. And then I'll stain it. I am gonna stain it. I forget what one. She wants the darker walnut one, so I think she said. I can't remember. Anyways, so that's where I'm gonna go at. So I'll meet you at the miter saw. We're gonna cut the 5 foot, and then we'll talk again. Meet me there. Hurry up! Don't be late. Go to the bathroom, have your cigarette, whatever you got to do, and meet me over there. Yeah. Okay, I'm at the miter saw. Yeah, the last video I had the camera on the opposite side, and I noticed when I was cutting something on here, my shoulder was in the way. And I'm sorry about that. I wasn't thinking that much on the angle. So I'll put you on this side so you can see more of the cut. So first I'm gonna do is I have a little knot on this end I want to cut off. the knot right here. So I want to cut this off, get a nice clean edge on, or nice straight edge on it. Okay, let me reach over here. Okay, so nice clean edge on there, real nice. Yep. So I'm gonna flip it over here to here. I'm gonna flip it around. Tried to get the best one I had, so there's like no major knots in it, but it's a 2x4. So let me measure 5 foot. Okay, so so now it's at 5 foot, and then what we're gonna do now is go to the table saw. Once I get it set up, I'll set it up, the table saw, before I cut, and then we'll do 1.5 inch. I mean, it'll be 1.5 inch by 1.5 inch. So let me set the table saw up, and I'll meet you right over there. Okay, before I do my actual 1.5 inch, I'm going to take off the rough edge on this, just like kind of beat up. This side just a little better, but I want to have a nice clean going both sides on a nice. I want to make it look real nice. So first things first, we're going to cut this little the blade length off from that point, and then we'll come back to them. Then I'll set it to the 1.5 inch. So give me a second here. Everything ready. Everything's locked in. Power. And I'm ready to rock. Okay. Okay. A little messy. Okay. Let me set this up, and I'll get right back to you. Okay, I got it set up for 1.5 inch. So I'm going to rip this down, then rip it down again. So it'll be a nice even 1.5 inch on 2 pieces. And then we'll start on the 45-degree cuts and measuring. I'll cut the other 2x4 in half off camera. I'll just do this one with you, because I got to do another one for sure. There's no doubt. Okay, let me get this going. Yeah, it's definitely a lot better with the shop back on it. Yeah, it is. I know, I get it. I understand. Okay, so that's a little slither. See, stuff like this, it ain't even work. You know, I've seen people, well, if it was like walnut or cherry, I would save some of this for inlays. If you're building like a box or a shelf, you want like a little inlay. That's actually a nice thin piece. It's about a blade length. About a blade piece. So something like that, if it was good wood, I would save it. So if you're making a box or something, and you want like, yeah, I would definitely save it if it was better wood, but it's not. So right to the burn pile. So I'll put it behind you. Okay, so I'm gonna go and get another 2x4, and I'm gonna cut more of the 1.5 inch for what I need. And I'll meet you back at the miter saw to do all the angle for all the 45 cuts and all that. Okay, I got everything figured out, I think. I'm gonna use a stop block. It's just like a little piece of wood with a little clamp. It just makes it easier for me than trying to measure one. So I have to get one piece here first. What I like to do is, I'll just do this real quick. Okay, so I'm going to show you this. I'll show you this what I'm talking about. Then I gotta come back to it to get everything measured up. So basically, I'm going to cut a 45 right here, Okay, but I want that same angle. So it's, oh no, I gotta reverse it. Let me cut this and I'll be right back. Another thing too, I'll explain it more before. I don't know if I did before, but when you're cutting small pieces, or if you're gonna use a stop block when you're cutting, you gotta make sure you stop your blade before you lift it up. Say if I was running this and it was like in here and it was still spinning and you lift it, that piece can catch and hit off the back or hit me in the head. I've had one shoot back in the beginning, way years ago when I was getting into woodworking, and I was like bam, bam, and a piece, not this saw, it was another saw I had, it hit, and that thing flung, it hit me in the shoulder, and I tell you what, it was pain. But whenever you're doing on these, say if I put it up against here, that's my stop block. Again, same thing. When you come down, when you cut, make sure you let go of the handle, stop that blade before you come up. Because if you bring this up without spinning, that can catch that blade and it can shoot and hit you and if it's pointy, guess what? It's going in you. Again, it's cautious, things you've got to think about when you're cutting. So let me set this up and figure all this out and I'll be right back. Okay, I figured all that. I got the stop block at 12 inches, so I can just boom, boom, boom with 3 of them. So, okay, so when you first cut your piece at 45, if you want it to be the same angle, like so, if, you know, like the same way, so something's going to stand up is, let's say that was your base, you know, you want the same angle on here on the floor and vice versa, up and up. What you want to do is, so you cut your 45, okay, you're going to flip it like that, slide it up against that, now that's secure here, and now you'll get your 45, and I already had it all lined up. It's like right on, dead on right there. Okay, now remember, I'm going to hit it down, turn it up the saw, take the piece out, flip it, boom, flip it, boom. You'll see how I go. Okay, ready? Okay, that's how you do it properly without killing yourself or getting hurt. Again, I try safety as much as I can. Knock on metal, I've really yet never really got hurt. I mean, one time I got hit, but I survived. I never got knocked a beep out. Yeah, so that's all the 12s. It should all line up perfect. Smooth, smooth. Oh, so that's all my 12, meaning 12 from point to point. So now I need, what did I say, 8, 9 inch from point to point. So I got to move this down up to 9 inches. I'll get that set up and I'll be right back. Now we're getting into the small pieces. I'm going to try to get 2 out of this. On this one, I'll probably just hold my hand here on this piece, on this little one. If I get another 9 inches here, I'll try that. But I will be cautious. I'll have my hand back far enough. So let me get this on here. My hand's back here. Let me cut it. Okay, so that's 2 for now. I'll do the rest off camera. I don't want to keep on wasting time. Okay, I'll go off camera, do all the rest of these, and I'll probably just meet you. I have to do some sanding on these, on some of these back ones. Like all this stuff here, I gotta sand them off. So I'll probably sand all these off. I'm gonna cut the rest of these, sand these, all just to one side, real good. Get them all ready. Then I'll meet you back at the workbench. Okay guys, I'm back again. Holy heck. I'm all sanded out. Sanding and sanding. Woof. Man, do I hate sanding. Okay, well, I was trying to figure out what side to go in. This is just my sample. What side to go in, because say this is the piece, you know, you're going like that. I don't know. I'm just gonna go down into it, I think, maybe. And try that. Or the other way, but either way it's gonna be a pain in the butt. Because I gotta put plugs in these too. I have plugs. But I was thinking of support wise, like what would be a better support, but they're both about the same. Okay, so if I go in this way, it's going down into it. It's going down into it. I don't know if I should put one on each end here, like. I don't know. I'll have to think that one out. But for now, I'm just gonna do one. And then whenever I assemble, if I have to add the other side, I will. But so these are all sanded down real nice, all of them. So the way I'm doing it is basically, you can see, I think you can see me on this one. I just took the Craig jig apart. So I'm only putting one, so I'm talking a little bit on there. I'm going to put it right in the center. I get my clamp. So I'm assuming everyone knows about a Craig jig, you know, pocket hole screw, about pocket hole screws. I mean, I've been saying it on a lot of my videos. If you're following my videos earlier in them, I use pocket screw. I'm still learning joinery. I do some, but a little, not that much. I'm learning on it. So I get my piece and I put it on here, clamp it down. Yeah, I mean, like I said, wood glue alone is going to be definitely strong enough. I mean, and I think I might just for myself, I might do the brad nail. Like once it's all in, I might do maybe one or two brad nail, just to play it safe. But I'm pretty sure it'll hold. Because yeah, I don't think it would be to go on both ends. So, okay, I'm gonna do all of these. I'm gonna put them all in, and then we'll try one together when we assemble it. So I'm gonna do all the pocket holes, and all what I got 11 more to go. So let me get all these screwed or drilled out. It's only on one end, so it'll be quick. Okay, I'll see you in a bit. Yeah. Okay, I got all of the holes done. I think I'm just gonna go with one. I think. Again, I really don't think. I mean, yeah, they are coats, but I think the wood glue is gonna be more than enough. Okay, so I'll get my wood here. It's not really this. It's my workbench isn't the best either. It isn't as level as I wish it would, because no matter how you flip this, it still doesn't wobble. But I got trying to get the best piece of wood I had, and it's actually pretty decent. So if it has a little, you ain't gonna see it that much. Okay, so what I did was I got a level. I got a level. So I know it's a nice, flush, clean, straight piece. So that's how I'm going to assemble this. So these are the 12-inch bottoms, like that. Okay. So now when I do the other side, I can't do this. But I just wanted to get the first initial one, I think, to see where everything was. So it looks like right about there is nice and level. And I can sand the bottoms once it's all done for make it all level. So that's how I'm going to start this piece off, just so I get my first initial level part, and I'll mark up here, and I'll do this, you know, all them. So I gotta get my wood glue. Let me go grab that real quick. Oh, it's right here actually. I did not get my little spongy. I forgot to go buy more. But I have some medium spongy on my for my glue. Yeah, they're all kind of big. Damn it. Oh, darn it. Whatever. This is probably, actually, pretty good. It's going to get covered up real nice, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so, let me get everything ready here to go. So my pocket hole screws, got all that ready. Move this out of the way here, I don't want to bump nothing. Okay, got my drill ready, screws ready. Right about there is good. So, it might look like I'm all out of whack, but I'm okay. It was the drill was hitting the end of here on that side. Okay. Was that the best ever? No. Could I did something better? Yeah. Should I had it on the end with a clamp on it? Yeah. But see, even I can't even do that because when I put the next ones on, where are you going to clamp at? You know? I mean, it's lining up with that perfect. So, I mean, I'm still okay. It just, it moved on me, but I'm good. Took off the level because it was too hard to get in there. So it's on there. I'll let that one sit for a minute, it'll dry up a little bit before I put these on. I just wanted to get, something. So this way here, I'm going to have to go like this way now and put them on this way. Oh, sorry. Like that way to get them all lined up. I mean, it's easy enough where you just line up the same peaks. Just line up, I mean, it's all, that corner, and you're all good. And then, like I was saying before, once these are on, to get it level exactly, I'll just get my sander and just sand these down to level it. Okay, so let me glue these up again, and okay, I'm gonna just dry up, and I'll be right back. Okay, now my floor isn't real level either. But you can see that's how it's gonna look at the bottom. It's hard to like get all the angles of it, but like that would be the top. So I'm just showing you that now real quick. It's hard to really see it, but like that. Now I gotta figure out, hold on, I'll get right, let me get everything back on track there. Okay, I'll put it back over here just so you can see stuff better. So initially now, I have to figure out how I want to put these. So I don't know if I want to go Yeah, it's very, I'm just trying to, again, my floor is not level. Maybe like, I'll go in like 2 inch ink or whatever you call it goes on here. So it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But I think that's what I'm going to go with. So back to the gluing. So I'm going to have to lay this back down over here. Like that. It's going to be hard to do in the middle because I'm going to have to go on an angle. On an angle. But just the first initial ones. Now this one here, I can clamp now because I'm going to not have nothing near it. So that'll help, I think. Yeah, I'll try that out. Okay, so that's how the top's going to go, like that. And then again, I'll do these. I'll drop it down. I can even go like different ones, even like bam, like how am I going that? Just random. Yeah, I might do random, to be honest. I think random would be better. Come down a little bit here and there, like that. Okay, that's what I'm going to do. So, again, you saw me put these on, you saw me put the legs on. Let me put all these on, and then I'll come back when it's all on. That's how it's going to basically look. I am going to stagger them. One here, I'm going to stagger them down. I like that better. I should have did the top, but that's fine. Okay, so I'll meet you back in a little bit after everything's all put together. Okay, I got everything on. I gotta do a lot of sanding and all. I gotta plug everything. That's what it looks like. That there. It's kind of cool. It'll hold a decent amount. Like I say, you put one here, here, here. You can like put like one down here, one out there. I mean, again, they don't have a ton of coats that I know of. But I figure I could have went a little lower, but then their coats would have been hitting the ground. I don't want to have it like too low. So, as of right now, I am going to sand all the grooves. Probably put the plugs in. Okay, so I'm gonna put the plugs in, sand everything down, and then I'll come back and we'll stain it together. And then from that point, I'll probably clear coat it, and it'll be done. So we'll be back after a while. I might even be into the next day. Getting tired. Vinny needs a nappy. Oh, here goes the furnace. I gotta get going before the furnace kicks on. But it's all complete. I mean, not complete, but that's where I'm at with it. I don't know if you can see it that well. First time coat rack. You know, I mean, I've made coat racks where you put on a wall out of stuff, but not like this. Yeah. Well, hello. I'm back again at it. My Lord have mercy. The sanding, and then the hand sanding, getting in here all these little crevices, because the palm sander, or the what do you call this sander thing, whatever, I could not get in a lot of spots. So I just did a water pop. I sprayed it. I got to do another little sanding. Nothing a lot. Pretty good. And then then we'll be doing the stain on it. It was a dark walnut. She did want a dark walnut. And she did ask, hey, can you add a couple more, two more things? I'm like, oh. So anyways, I had two of these laying around. But she wanted some for her purses to hang on, like her bag or her purse. I didn't want to add another one of these because it's like quite a bit on there. And I said to her, well, you can just put your purse over that, but then the coat would be in the way. So I have two, just your standard coat rack hooks. So I'm going to offset it off of these two and put it on this side. So I'll put two, I'm going to put one on each side. Like here, and probably here, something like that. Just so it won't be in the way of, I mean, it'll still be in the way of these, but there'll be more access to get to it than under it, under one of these. So I only had two of them. She said it was fine. She just wanted something to hang a purse on. You know, I mean, just, I guess, I don't own a purse, so I guess she knows what she's talking about. Yeah. But anyways, so that's where I'm at with that. But I'll put these on after it's like stained and clear coated. So I'm gonna let this dry a little bit, and then do probably another roll of sanding, and then we'll put a stain on it. Once we put the stain on, I'm just gonna do like a partial of it in front of you guys. Finish the staining. I'm gonna clear coat it because I'm just gonna spray it, and then from that point we'll come back to the. If you want, we can install these together, or I can just put them on. It's just two little screws, nothing major. Okay, so yeah, I had a day or two in between because of the holidays. I mean, getting ready for the holidays. But yeah. So I should be back shortly, and we'll start staining. Okay, well, I'm back here. I want to start staining. I changed my shirt because I didn't want, this is like an older shirt. I don't want to get, you know, I try to have older shirts on whenever I stain. But, since it's like an upright coat rack, I'm just going to stain like the bottom here with you guys. Then I'll stand up. I'm going to stain the rest of it, but I'll at least do the bottom half with you. Just to give you an idea, you know, how to do it. Pretty sure everyone knows how to stain, but if you don't, there's probably a lot more people out there that does better than me. But I'm doing a dark walnut. I have a lot of different stains. I'm coming to the conclusion that I'm trying to get to one or two that I like. So this one actually I like. It makes it more like a natural color. There's a couple other ones I have too. But all in all, I'm trying different things to see what I like. So let me get my gloves on. This time I'm wearing two gloves. Last time I had one, and I didn't. And I got it all over myself on my one hand. So today is two. So, like I said, I'm gonna just do the bottom part with you guys. Then I'm gonna finish up the whole thing. Then I'll clear coat it. Then I'll hang the. She wanted these on. I'm gonna hang them once it's all dry. The coat rack things for her purses. Yeah. She wants to hang her purses. Okay, so let's get started. Okay, I'm gonna let that sit. I'm gonna wipe it off. Where I'm just going. Okay, so what you do now is I'm just gonna just do the whole thing. So what you do now is once you put it on, usually wait a little bit, then you get another towel, whatever, and you wipe it off, and then if you wanted a second coat, if you wanted like a darker color or a lighter color, you wipe it off quick. If you want darker, let it sit a little longer. I just kind of go with the flow. So let me finish this up, and I'll be back. I'll just be back with the finished product because I got all this to do. Okay, I'll see you in a bit. The standing tote rack is done. It's just about done. I got a little dry, a little more, but it's done. It's a little darker than I wanted. I think I left it on a little bit too long. I wanted it a little bit lighter. So I'm gonna try other stains. I'm still in between what stain I like. There's a dark walnut. It's really dark, but I'll show you in a second here. But that's it. Pretty much, I made a standing coat rack for my daughter, and she better like it, or else she can go buy one at a store. That's all I tell you right now. No, I think she said she likes it. So I'm going to show you in a minute. Like I said, it's a little dark, darker than I wanted, but turned out really nice. So I'm going to go get you in a minute. I'll switch it around. Okay, that's it here. Can't really see it. My floor is a little dirty. That's the bottom of it there, and it's going up it. The background isn't the best. The background. So that's it there. I put the hooks on it, on the center here. So that's pretty much it. I'm gonna, like I said, I gotta dry a little more, but yeah, see how dark it is? I guess I just gotta figure out a lighter color for the next project. But again, it's a little wet yet. And maybe it'll dry up a little more. So that's that. Sorry about the background, but that's the only spot I can show you for now. Maybe I'll put it up upstairs and show you. Okay, so again, it's VLC Woodworking. My name is Vinny. If you like it, subscribe to my channel. Like the video. Hit the notification bell. So whenever I make another video, you'll get notified. I'm gonna, again, like I said before, I'm getting more back into the groove of things. I didn't get a chance to make that Christmas tree, pallet Christmas tree with a twist. I made it, but I lost a video on it, and it's just I didn't get enough time for Christmas. But other than that, that's it. So I appreciate it. Like I said, I've got plenty of more projects to do coming up. A couple people asking me for some things. I got to see what I can do first. Then from there, it'll be the next one. That's about it. Okay. Peace out.